So
Dragon's Milk Maple right here.
All right, and we're live, I think. I'm pretty sure. Sorry, I was waiting for an Amazon delivery till like the last second. All right, welcome back to
Hi, everybody.
PinForge. We got just about the full team here. Alex should join us before too long. How's everyone doing?
doing
Ready to
awesome.
rock and roll.
Rocking and rolling. Gotta love it.
Getting ready for good old Texas Pinball Fest.
We're trying. Trying our best to get ready for TPF. Man, it's a lot. We're getting there though. Look. Things printed. Wait, camera's over here now. I always forget about that.
That's the shooter link.
Yep. That's the shooter lane with a few different skill shot options in there.
Have you tossed some balls down the hallway yet?
I have.
How
Yep.
is it?
Pretty smooth. And then because of like the launch angle that we have coming off of like the ramp out of the shooter lane just to clear the ball guide, I also created kind of a cover for it that matches the angle coming off of the ramp, so that'll keep any like fly balls from hopefully from at least launching out of the shooter lane. So we'll see how it turns out. Might need a little modification here and there, but getting there.
Nice.
And then the play field, as it stands, is currently out in the barn. I have big sanding sealer, coat number 2 on it drying. I did a little wood stain on it because it's going to be bare wood. So I figured why not dress it up a little bit with a little bit of stain. We got the sanding sealer. I am going to tomorrow night do the first like initial coat of clear coat on it, and then I am picking up some vinyl prints to put in the center of the play field just for a little flair. Then I gotta do the finishing coat of clear coat on Thursday, and then I gotta bake it. So we'll have kind of a semi-pretty looking play field in theory at TPF.
Nice.
Pretty exciting.
That's awesome, man. That's great. Good for you. Thanks for doing that. You're on above and beyond with the stain and the clear.
You know, sometimes you just gotta dress it up a little bit. When I was putting the stain on there, I was thinking of, you guys ever seen The Other Guys? When he has, like, the wooden gun. He's like, oh, someone put a little linseed oil on there. Anyways, that was going through my head as I was doing that. Placed a few more Suncut Send orders. Here, I'll share my screen so you guys can see where we're at with that. Switch over to screen share. And share screen.
Also, want to give a shout out, and we're very fortunate to have Aaron's Pinball Machines joining us tonight. So just thanks for their time and support.
Yeah, really appreciate their support.
Yeah,
They bring the light to my life.
they sure do. You made sure to turn them all on so we could sit there and watch them.
At least yours has a person in front of it.
Unfortunately.
So let's see. Back to the CAD. I'll just show you a little bit of updates on that. Let me start unhiding stuff. Jump ramp, back guide, sensors, left ramp, zippers, gates, oil max, right ramp, and line. There we go. So, I also worked on modeling 3D printable ramps for us. So those are next up in queue to print on my printer. And then additionally, I designed plastics for all of the other areas, and I put in a rush order with Suncut Send for those, so we'll have less stuck balls at TPF. And it'll look dressed up a little nicer. And then
Awesome.
soon to come, which isn't going to be until after TPF, while I was designing these, I also have little fly ball shields for the ramps too. While I was designing these, I also designed the vacuum formed version as well, including the buck for them. And in theory, the buck should be good enough for us to get some initial pulls with some prototype ramps. That'll probably be after TPF, and then we can decide if we like the flow of them or if we want to change them, but I got us going.
3, 2, 1, go!
Isn't that fun?
Those look great, Kyle.
Yeah, nice job. Nice work.
Thanks, guys. Did it just for you.
About time you did something.
Yeah.
Right?
There we go. So there's the game with our vacuum form ramps. Coming along. I don't know if I talked about this on the last stream or not, but I also ordered a GNR spinner that we can install and test locations in the game at TPF. So each of those 3 holes in the play field will have plugs for that we can kind of rotate positions with. And then see which position we like best for the spinner.
Yeah, that'll be fun. So this is pretty much what it's going to look like at TPF, Kyle?
Yep. Everything you see here should be at TPF, except the ramps will be 3D printed.
Right. So in terms of mechs, we're probably going to have like the drop targets drop and reset automatically. Slings should work. Flippers will definitely work. Kickback coil.
Yep,
What
we
else
gotta.
would
I think
functional?
like the kickback is already in code. Flippers are already in code. We don't have any of the drop targets in code yet. The trough works. I think the auto launcher's in code.
Ooh, what about the jail cell?
So that was part of my send order. We'll see if it shows up in time, but I did order the bracket to be able to use this host here. So if that shows up in time, we'll at least have the mech installed. So what the time crunch is going to come down to, in my opinion, is getting things wired pre-TPF. I'm pretty confident that we'll have everything installed and the existing wiring transferred over by TPF, but any new stuff and any like new pinouts, anything like that, I think is going to be a little bit
Aaron's going to help us with that?
a lift.
Aaron.
He's sleeping under his pinball machines.
No, we need to address Aaron's pinball machines.
Beep beep boop boop.
Can we just say his name 3 times and have him appear, or is this not like that?
I think something like that. Like Aaron Juice.
Hey, Kyle, since I'm delinquent on everything else, and I'm a boat anchor and I'm not pulling my weight, we had talked about potentially getting a banner for TPF. Would you like me to go ahead and order that?
If we have something bannerable.
So I was going to use the close-up of Reed Walker, the Bootleggers logo, and then the PinForge logo, and then we can I can add some text, or we can just keep it clean and simple, and surely we can add like a QR code or a link to the website or something like that. I'll come up with some text and blast it out on Discord.
Okay. Yeah, that would be cool. I ordered, I think 80 little PinForge logo stickers that are going to be 3x3.
Right.
That I'll have to die cut those out and bring them with me.
Okay.
Oh, Ricardo says it looks great. Dan says full party. Hello, Dan. Hey, Ricardo. Hope you guys are doing well. Oh, so yeah, we're well on the way to having this thing assembled and flipping for TPF. The additional wiring of other targets or other mechs or anything like that is a little bit out of my comfort zone with timing. But if other people like want to kind of put a plan together for that and how that's going to work out, if Aaron's going to work on that a little bit, then we can talk about getting that done before TPF. It might be something where we just bring a harness to TPF and plug it in there, and then maybe Alex works on a little bit of code to get it working.
Man, I think we got enough to be dangerous, and it's really just kind of a flow check, right? So you got folks up there, bat the ball around, check for any stuck balls, seeing what shots feel good, what we can work on. I think that's perfect, man.
Yeah. Like, I don't personally think we need, like, everything to function, switches to make sounds and stuff like that. It is a prototype. Those are nice to haves, but not necessity. Necessity to me is 3 functioning flippers, functioning kickback, and maybe functioning drops.
Yep.
Some slang's working.
Oh yeah, slings work. All of the autofire stuff is already in code, so we should be pretty good. But
We should
yeah,
be pretty good.
Aaron,
pretty good.
how's the
Aaron's
harness
back.
coming?
What's up, guys?
Did you have a good bathroom break?
I was just talking pinball with pinball guys.
Pinball guys that are cooler than us, Aaron.
Apparently.
It's not cooler. It's not cooler's not the right word. It's just different.
There we go.
Dude, you guys,
Ricardo
I feel-
says we can wire it at TPF like he did at Expo.
Heck yeah.
We want to
So-
play it at a TPF. It'll be playable at TPF.
Yeah, I gotta build you harnesses now.
It'll be playable. Like, we can transfer the existing harness and have functioning flippers and auto fire and everything. It's the anything extra that whether or not we want to add that flare for TPF is a question.
What do you
This is
need
what I
for
got
the...
so far.
Ooh,
Aaron's making a harness, dog.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
flippers here. This is the main harness from like the filter board to the playfield. This is the filter board to the cabinet board. And I don't know what these are. Oh, these were what were these? I don't know what those are. Oh, these are these were other versions of the flipper things that I'd started. But yeah, so I'm moving along.
awesome.
So we just like, because I was doing the math on like, oh, I'll just ship down those auto crimping machines to the show. We can do it there. I'm like, or just get your shit together and do it right now. Then I don't need to strap stuff to pallets, and I don't need to like pay $600 to ship it there and back.
Mhm.
But I tell you, it's like, just like nice tidy cables that like, I mean, like these are mostly for like Kyle. Like you can just plug these into the cabinet that you've got there, and it's good to go. So
So I was going to ask, what do you need for trim for the cabinet? What stuff?
As far as like electronics and stuff, or
So, all right, I tell you what I have. I have the cabinet, I have the start button, I have flipper buttons, I have the plunger, I have the coin door, I have the speaker panel thingy. I have power supplies, but I haven't wired them yet, or I haven't.
Okay.
Let's see, I have not grounded it yet. So
like the
tell
ground
me-
parade stuff.
Correct. Tell me what I need to do to the cabinet.
So I'll put together like let's see, like I would think that probably like just like I guess I gotta send you boards to go in there, right? Like you don't have all those already?
So I do have fast boards that I can
Okay.
cannibalize from another game.
I'll just send you a box that's like all that stuff. And
Okay.
I mean, where they're all like at the right length, and it's just like screw this in the front, screw these in the back box, run these cables around.
Right.
So the idea will be that like this will connect to the playfield with some network cables plugging into the playfield. Then everything from the playfield, you know, will be sent to Kyle or you know, Kyle and Jeff and Moog to put together, unless we're doing that all physically at the show. But the cabinet stuff is super easy. And then the opto flipper mechs and stuff like that, like they're just plug right into that stuff. So your stuff is just going to be literally like sticking it in the cabinet. So
Wonderful.
yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Cool. So did the switch mapping and coil mapping help out that we put together?
From you?
Yeah, that you see on my screen right now.
Yeah, I mean that's fantastic. I mean it's funny. It's like from the different ones that I've worked on before, it's kind of like right in the middle. Like I've had some that are like full 3D CAD renderings that we had to like, we were basically giving shapes to them that they were putting into their CAD, and then where we'd already physically build it to match. So it was kind of like updating the CAD to match us. This is coming the other way, where it's like, here's everything on here, and because you guys know the MPF side of it already, like these are the things that I need to know. So this looks great.
Kyle, did you add any of the adjustments and like additional switches or devices or whatever it was that I put in screenshots last week?
Yes, so as far as proximity sensors, you had added a center orbit and a left orbit one.
Yeah.
Those I added into the CAD, and those are milled into or CNC'd in the playfield. I
Awesome.
didn't do the two in front of the jump ramp because we don't really know the jump ramp stuff yet.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you for double checking my work. It's good to have your eyes on it too from an MPF perspective, because like in my mind I was thinking we can just use a spinner as an entrance switch for a shot, but I think you're right, it makes more sense to have like a defined proximity sensor as your entrance switch.
Yeah, just because you don't know if the spinner is still spinning from something else, right?
Yeah.
Yep,
Cool.
Fair. Aaron, when you were going through the harness stuff, did you account for those extra couple switches Alex had thrown in screenshots?
As he was saying that, I'm not, but is it in these updated images?
The ones that were added are these two here, if you can see that.
Okay, yeah, I can. I'll just go back through. So that's the section I have left to do is the playfield part. So I'll cross-check all this stuff like for the first time as I'm doing this.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's updated in the shared file that I sent in Discord.
Okay, perfect.
And if you have any
Thanks.
questions on things, just let me know. I did try to call out like whatever we're gonna do for stuff above the playfield for features. We got the truck lock, we have the jump ramp, bash toy, whatever that's gonna end up being.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I put in an order yesterday for what Boog had sent, the 3 different vibration sensors. I bought like 3 of each. So
Okay.
stuff to play with if we want to do a bash toy.
And for those
Okay.
vibration sensors, I don't know if is that something that we're gonna need like a little like fast satellite board to be able to sense that, or do we need some sort of an isolator?
They work
Or decouple.
exactly like a leaf switch.
Oh, really? Sweet.
The spring wiggles around, and if it makes contact with the pin in the middle, then it detects the switch closing.
Oh, cool.
So that
it
might
should
just
be
need
something
some like,
open.
it's gonna need some debouncing on that
Yeah.
probably to figure out just right.
It will be debouncing.
Cool.
Yeah, MPF has all that stuff probably through Fast Native anyway. So all good stuff.
That should be
Cool.
easy.
But yeah, that's gonna be fun to play with.
But yeah, so Kyle, so I was gonna go through like first off, I feel super lonely tonight because Sarah and Jessica are not here. Like Jessica was covering for someone on a different league, and I told Sarah not to come down because she's gonna be building workbenches here on Thursday and Friday. So I felt like, take some time to yourself. So I'm gonna spend the night here finishing up this part of things after this call. So
Cool.
It's gonna be cool.
I did just add one more, the coil, to the back here that I forgot about when I was doing design. So 1 coil and 2 switches have been added just to account for a future.
And actually, I think I had questions about what 1 or 2 of the coils were, just because I couldn't remember.
This one here was one of your questions.
Yeah, what is that?
So that is for, let me go back to the CAD. That is for a future lift ramp. So part of the reason for the design of, and let me go back to the launch, or the vacuum form so we can actually see it. So part of that is, so when you shoot this left orbit, normally it's going to be a crossing feed shot. But I think for when I was doing like shot mapping and figuring out which feeds left, which feeds right flipper, there's kind of a heavy weight towards the left side feed. So what I had proposed sometime back was putting in a lift ramp back here in this straight section that essentially takes something out of orbit, dumps it back into this shooter lane, or remove the cover.
Huh.
And then you see this drop right here. This would drop it into that candy cane lane and allow you to power feed the right flipper with it. Or you could pull a ball out of that orbit and put it into the lock, or whatever you want to do with that candy cane lane.
So the lift ramp sort of does a 180, like upwards.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Kind of like if you ever played like Deadpool Premium, how it has in the shooter lane, there's like a drop ramp there. Kind of going for the same concept, except it'll be a lift ramp instead of a drop.
Cool.
And that'll be fairly easy to integrate into the design. But
cool.
that's long-term future stuff.
And
so I
just
tried to account for it when I was designing the playfield.
Sure, for the allowance, yeah. Was there? I feel like there was maybe one other that I also wasn't sure about.
Let me see if I go back through the Discord. Mm-hmm.
Maybe I just didn't for a moment, and then I did. Let's see.
Okay.
Don't you guys love boxes like this, where it's just a bunch of like random cables where you're like, I shouldn't throw these away, but like I'm never gonna reach in here and use any of this stuff. Oh god, I hate boxes like this. Sorry guys, sorry. Keep it on task.
Okay, so you had a what is this for that lift ramp,
and
and then you had the diverter.
Oh, the left power lane right above the lane. Yeah, right there. I had +1. I wasn't sure what that was.
That is the wait, no, left. That's left.
Yeah, your mouse is right on it.
Yeah.
Left power lane. The pop-up.
That is
guide.
Moog's idea for the pop-up diverter in the left power lane that throws it over to the right flipper.
Like, is it just a post?
It's like a wall that pops up out of the playfield.
Oh, okay. Sort of like the thing that I think I posted that like pops up like a curve.
Yeah, kind of. That could be it. It could be that or a piece of sheet metal. I like the idea of your molded, like the printed plastic. I think that would be easier to do than the bent metal, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't even mean the material. I just mean like it's a curve, so it takes the path elsewhere. Okay.
Yeah.
The one that was the plastic was actually for the top for the what was it, the diverter into the truck capture, because you could potentially have 2 curves with that kind of design.
Oh,
so
I see what you're saying.
So either orbit entry could potentially. It might also not be big enough of a space to do that.
Yeah.
So instead, like, because right now this is sort of an arm that opens up and grabs it, right?
Yep. Yeah, either of those options would work for that as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Well, that all makes sense to me. Thanks.
Oh, you can see my little pop-up ramp over here.
Gotcha.
It looks so pretty.
What's pretty is, did you see the rendering that I shared? Let me,
I don't know. I mean, this here looks super pretty on its own.
let me find the rendering. There we go. Open a browser. There you go.
Look at that.
Pretty great.
Oh, jeez.
That's pretty legit, man.
That's how we do it here at PinForge.
Look at
Like
that.
I'm trying to touch it. It looks so real. I
Yeah,
think
right.
it's-
Look at that shooter lane.
Heck yeah. This is where we're gonna need help on doing the bucks and the vacuum forming and making sure that those work with the process. And I made sure to put like draft angles on them so that it should release pretty easy, but you know, it's our first time actually doing vacuum form. At least mine. But I think that it should work fairly well.
Yeah, we'll see.
But that'll come after TPF. Okay. Speaking of TPF, do we need to put together kind of like an action plan, a to-do list on who's got to do what? Alex, did you have something you wanted to talk through with that?
Sure. On Miro, I put a big hit list of items and things that might be in or out or on the bubble, and like sort of two drafts. One is with who I think might be responsible for something, and then just a clean one so that we can actually make sure that everything's covered. So when we were talking about like cabinet components, like I didn't get quite the level of detail, I think, as like start button, flipper buttons, but I think that's worth figuring out as well. So if you just kind of skim top to bottom, right, you've got your cabinet section, the monitor, the speakers, the translite, fast boards, a PC. You've got your play field. Go ahead.
What's a tilt? What's a tilt, Bob? What is that?
Oh my god. Seriously? You work at a pinball company.
What's
Throw
it
those
called?
things in the trash.
So I mean, right, I just need to know if there's gonna be tilt in the game or not, because if there's not, then I don't need to do tilt rules and tilt slides and things like that for TPF, because I'm sure in the long run there will be, but if you're not gonna mount it, I'm not gonna write any code.
I would say let's skip the tilt bob for TPF.
Shake that. Shake that
Just go nuts.
like a Polaroid picture.
So and so there's other sections. There's playfield, and then there's like MPF with rules and stuff, which of course has the most detail because that's what I think about the most. But so things like, with the cabinet, there's a question of like, is there going to be a monitor in the cabinet that you're bringing? And if so, what resolution? Just so I can target that. You don't have to have the answer right now, but
So I have the speaker panel. I have room for an LCD, but I'll tell you, in full transparency, I have been tweaking code on my games with some bug squashes and stuff, so I may not have time to install. I can bring an LCD panel. I've got it. I've got the mounts and the wiring and stuff, but I may not have time to put it in.
right. But also, like, it could be that somebody else brings a monitor if it's just going to be like a standalone screen next to the game, and that's totally fine too. We just need
I
to
can
know
do that.
who's doing it.
I will bring a spare monitor with an HDMI cable. I got it.
Great.
I'm looking at it right now.
Great. Yeah, my
Cool.
NUC will have a HDMI. It has like one of each of the different display kinds of ports. So I'm going to make that green in the right side. Cool beans. And you said speakers. Is that through, like, what amp are you using? Like, just...
So I've got a LeapI, standard. I've got all this crap in a box.
Okay.
I just haven't wired any of it. I'm happy to bring it.
Yeah.
and man, it would be great to come home with everything wired and done, right? But
Yeah.
yeah. So
Okay.
I can bring speakers. I can bring the amp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. But then probably it's just a what is it? 1/8 inch connector to the PC directly.
For what?
The
For the
audio.
amp.
Or are we using a fast audio board?
So I was just gonna, well, we'll do whatever, but I was just gonna have the amp with a 3.5 millimeter.
Yeah.
Plug
think
right to the PC.
The 1/8. Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I don't think I have code for the fast audio board. I don't know that we need to add that right now. If we're just we're trying to cut scope, make sure everything gets in.
Yeah, just use the Pi
Yeah.
thing. That's easiest.
I think you said, Kyle, that you're going to bring a Translate as well.
Yes, I thought it would be here last week. So you guys saw the picture. It will be
Looks
here.
awesome.
Yeah, it looks really good. I can wire. So what I've done on my games is I've got a 12-volt just LED, strip that I can put just so it's lit up. Or shit, I mean, we can put a flashlight or whatever. So
Gotcha.
I will make sure it's lit up.
Okay, so not lit through MPF, which is easier.
Correct. I'm just gonna
Great.
wire that bad boy right to 12 volt.
Awesome. That
Do you
is
have those
perfect.
LEDs already, Kyle?
They're in a box somewhere.
Okay. If you don't find them, I have some of those around here too.
I believe you.
And then, like we were talking about fast boards earlier, yeah, like you need a Neuron, a power filter, a cabinet I/O, cabinet I/O, the wiring harness. Like, either you have those or Aaron, can you send some?
So I'm gonna send him like a whole this is your cabinet in a box. So
Great.
I'll probably get to that if it's not out tomorrow, like day after.
Yeah.
But that's the plan for that.
Great. So Aaron's going to cover all that. I'm going to put together a mini PC. I've got them sitting over there with all the latest, greatest stuff and the game install. So I'm going to ship that over to Kyle in Michigan so that can get integrated earlier.
I guess the question is if all the fast boards and everything are going to Kyle Smet.
Yeah.
Should the mini PC also go to Smet, since we won't be using the existing harnesses for what's currently on the lower third?
Maybe we should try to test it before we take it to TPF, Kyle.
Yeah. I kind of agree with that. I mean, like putting it in the cabinet is going to take no time. I mean, that's just screw it in there. It'll be installed faster than the playfield will be set in there. I think that being able to borrow a Neuron and pass it through and test the physical playfield makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. In the end, it's like it needs the power, screen, speakers, and the Neuron USB connection and keyboard mouse.
Yeah, we should make sure that PC works with our playfield prior to TPF.
I can come
Right.
down on a Monday or Tuesday, Kyle, and give you guys a hand.
Okay.
Nice.
What I'll also bring is a Dremel and a little mini saw and some the sanding. I can't think of the
Paper.
word. Yeah. So I have a barrels cabinet, right, and the plunger, pilot hole or routing hole is different than on my Stern and Bally Williams cabinets. So we're all excited. We dropped the playfield in there, and the plunger is like an inch higher or lower than where it needs to be. So I'm fully prepared to perform surgery on this cabinet, which I did on game number 3 to make it work.
Gotcha.
Can I ask one other cabinet question?
Do you have a plunger too, or should we
I
plan
do.
on? Okay, cool.
I got it, man.
You're the
That's
hero.
a nice one too.
So Kyle, on the cabinet stuff, like, do you already have like the Corcom like AC input side, like in that for that cabinet?
The what? I'm sorry.
Like the where the AC power comes in, like the Corcom like modules, like it's like basically like what you plug the plug into. Like, is
No,
that already
and
in?
I know what you're talking about. No.
Okay.
So I have been using the switch on the under playfield because I'm old school. So
Yeah.
barrels definitely so has that under the head. I do not have that plug.
Okay.
Well, I added that for Aaron. I think you're looking at the left side, and I've been editing the right side just as the actual decisions.
Oh,
There
okay.
we go.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I cut like the tilt bob and whatever. Okay, so then other details on the cabinet. You have a start button you mentioned. Is there a separate launch button? You don't need it.
No.
Great. Start button's there. Do you have single or double stacked flipper switches?
I was gonna send him
don't.
the
Those are double,
opto
right?
ones. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, great.
That's auto.
Okay, I'm gonna add that too. And then no like action button on the lockdown bar either, right? So that's...
No, and I'll tell you, I don't have a lockdown bar right now. I can get some raw side trim. I don't think we need it, but I don't have a lockdown bar. I need to. I have a
Got it.
stern double latch. Whatever
I
you
might
call
have
it.
one we could use for this. Like, I'll look around and see what I
And,
got.
and I can scrounge
Including
as
receiver?
well.
Yeah. Like, let me look. Talk amongst yourselves.
Kyle, does your cabinet
yeah,
have a receiver already?
It does. It's the stern receiver, routed for an action button, dual latch. So it's not the lever; it's the latch.
Okay. We
Um,
just need a stern lockdown bar.
I have a lockdown bar. If you need one.
Yes. Let me. Sorry. So
I don't have that style. Mine was the
All my
Williams
shit
Valley
is Valley
thing.
Williams or Stern. Let me see if my Stern lockdown bar works, and I'll bring it just in case of emergency. Hold on. Why did I hear that?
Everything in pinball is standard.
I mean, that new double clamp type lockdown bar is becoming that way.
Oh, that's yeah,
Sadly.
it's way better.
Is what?
It's way better than
I mean,
old style.
if it's all aligning just right, like if it's in the wrong place and it pinches down wrong, like that's what we saw like on those Haggis games. Like it was like just pulling into the rails, you know.
From an op perspective, the Valley Williams is so much nicer because you can one hand the glass.
Yeah.
I have 2 lockdown bars, and neither one of them fit. So I need a Stern lockdown bar, which I may have in my garage. I've got a
Okay.
Spooky lockdown bar, Stern, Valley Williams.
I'll bring extra balls.
Actually, no. You know what? This one is Sega. but I think it fits. Shit, I don't know. It's been a long day. I don't know.
Well, hold on, because all of this matters for the hanging of the playfield too.
Yep.
So what are you guys already planning to do with the hanging side, or has that been solved yet?
You're right. The holes that the hanger brackets for the receiver that I've got are for Stern. So what Ernie sends out with his kit, the pre-drilled holes up front for the hangers, is what fits the receiver.
So we should just follow that then.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I
Is
would
Ernie,
recommend.
Ernie, are you sending lockdown related hardware? I was probably taking notes when we talked about that.
I can bring a lockdown bar with me, or I can send it. Doesn't matter either way.
Oh, were you just
So
talking about
the-
the kit because like in the past? Got it.
What about the playfield brackets? The ones in the back. The slides.
Oh yeah, the pivot slides.
Yeah.
Are
What
those
about
in
the
the cab?
side rails?
Should we do some of those like plastic easy slide?
Slide rail supports.
I'm
Mhm.
curious, Kyle, if the cabinet already has the slide pivot slides.
It does. I'm not stupid.
Nobody said you were.
Well,
I'm not stupid.
you're obviously not. Your name's Kyle.
I don't care what all my friends say.
My mom says I'm the best.
Kyle turned around to play pinball. He's tired of us.
No,
So if you,
now I'm obsessed with seeing if this lockdown bar works. But don't worry, the glass is being held by this Ziploc bag, so we're good.
But
All right,
so
this is
I
my
think-
Big Trouble in Little China lockdown bar. Let's see if it works.
But I think really at a higher level, the overall note we need here is that we just need a little bit more syncing.
If we
on
get
the-
into an emergency, I'll use Jack Burton's lockdown bar. And I'll turn off Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, so just TBD on the exact lockdown and playfield hangers and stuff, and that's fine. It's like because part of this is just to identify what we need to figure out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and
is a
right
start.
now, the hanger holes in the play field, I forget which ones they are modeled after, but they might need to move depending on the receiver for the lockdown bar.
If I recall, you got some of those dimensions for those from me for the WPC stuff. So
I think it is WPC, and it lines up with JJP hanger holes as well.
yeah.
Balls. And the good news is we're going to be at a pinball show. If we forget something, you just
Yeah.
go 2 aisles over with a $20 bill.
Yep.
But that's always me. Like I go over to like Melissa at Coin Taker. I'm like, hi. I didn't bring any pinballs, and she's like, here, just go. Here,
It's,
take it.
it's me again. I forgot legs.
I would say like you should be selling these for $1 a piece or something like that. Just like a $5 a piece, whatever for the accommodation.
Ricardo
Actually,
wants
how
to
much
know
for your
if we'll
balls?
have glass in the cab.
That's a good question.
I
No,
don't think so.
I can bring glass. But it may not be worth it because if we're having stuck balls and messing around, it may just be better to.
Yeah.
I'd rather not deal with it.
The only reason for taking it is like locking it up at night. You know,
we
like to keep,
should bring it just in case showrunners have an issue with glass being off.
Mm,
I can bring a spare sheet of glass. I know a guy.
okay.
I know that they test for grounding. I don't know if this will qualify for that, just because it's kind of a
Safety issue if a
progress.
pinball goes flying out.
yeah. Which I'm sure if we had to, somebody would be selling glass there.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You could not, if you want to take glass back, you can always show up without glass and have it as a way to bring it back safely.
Fair.
Sliding it in. I've
Yeah,
done
if
that
you want to
twice.
just buy glass at the show, Kyle, if you need glass.
I know of a location that has about 900,000 million pieces of glass that have a little tiny hairline scratch that would be unacceptable to a normal person,
Nice.
but is perfectly fine for a show. Let me see what
It's
I
like-
can do.
it's like Invisa, but that line that you can't unsee. That's up in the corner.
This is glass that I would pay good money for, but apparently it wasn't good enough. But that's fine.
That's going to
But
be
then
like people's biggest takeaway of our game at the show is like, that game had this stupid scratch.
It had a scratch on it. Ew.
Straddling the cabinet playfield line, there was also talk of bringing rotisserie. Is that something we want to do or not?
I can bring
No.
it. It's no big deal.
I mean,
Oh.
it's in a rotisserie right now, but if we don't need one, we can pop it out of there.
yeah, I'm just concerned about space in the back of my car, and we're
Okay.
gonna have the in the cabinet when we get there. So
I'll bring a rotisserie. I got a truck and I got my trailer. I'm hauling 3 games. I got all the room in the world.
Nice.
No big
Well,
deal.
we got a little bit of TBD over here in the cabinet stuff, but otherwise, I think we're pretty well set there. Next down, I mean, I'm sure if we have more stuff that we think of in the next week, note it down here in the Discord, and we'll get it resolved. The next topic was the playfield, which we get to say, "Hey, Kyle, you're doing most of that."
Just
Yeah,
write
might as well-
Kyle over all that.
Might as well color
But,
all
you
this
know.
blue.
Yeah, so pretty much, yeah, it's just like stuff that you've already been working on, got done. So just
Yeah. Wiring plans is I'd put Aaron for that and harness for Aaron for that, I think.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a 3208 and an 0804 already.
And so they're going to be mounted on it.
Yeah, we can just leave them mounted on it. And
Great.
then I would need a 1616 if we need one
I've got one,
mounted
Kyle.
there.
Is
Okay.
that Jeff? Or
I've got a 1616 I can get you.
great. I will. What color did I? Jeff is light green. Great. So that means Aaron doesn't need to send any of those. But we do have some optos and some inductive switches, so I've got those listed out as well.
Okay.
And then an EXP board also. I don't know if we need one.
I've got
I guess
inductive.
you have GI lighting, right?
There's no. Is there? Did we decide on any like servos or steppers or DC?
Not for this currently.
Motors currently no. Do we want any kind of GI lights for TPF?
I think it would be nice if it's easy for you to get them in there, but like it's not worth losing actual physical devices in exchange for them if there's like a time pressure.
Let's put that as a stretch goal for me. Like,
Sure.
if it comes down
Yeah.
to it,
How many GI is it?
I don't know. I haven't counted.
I mean,
think-
like if we put a 20 or an 81 board on there, there's like 256 LEDs. That's like
Yeah, no,
That'd be
that's
plenty.
That's
yeah.
way more than we're gonna need. So I guess the question is like, is there a spare EXP board that's already going to be attached, or do we need Aaron to send one?
I
out?
have
Um,
spent there.
I have an EXP board in the garage, I believe, that I think either Moog or Jeff left here. I don't know
I
if
gave
it's...
you one. I can supply the opto board, the inductive switch board, and I probably don't have quite enough inductive switches, but I can cover most of them.
Well, I mean, like I guess that like I'm planning on sending a box of a bunch of stuff. So I'd mentioned before that like we should probably just send extras of things so you guys have like a, you know, it's like the what is it, the hotel candy thing. It's like, you know, you just take what you need as you need it kind of thing. Like I think it'd be better just to send extras because, you know, for some reason if we blow something up, which it's not going to happen, but if it happened, it's not worth wasting time to like have to like ship out another board, you know.
Right. Oh, it could happen. If you remember Expo first year for me 2 weeks before, and this idiot here shorted 48 volt to a switch ground,
Don't do that.
something like that.
Okay, well, let's I guess in my mind I was going, okay, I'm gonna wire all this stuff up and send you the harness, but then I'm like, I'm not the one soldering it to the coils,
I
so
mean,
there's the chance
It'll
you
be
know.
turned off. It'll be unplugged when that's happening.
I'll be doing the soldering. Probably.
So anyway, so I think that like, you know, we don't need to do this on this call, but we can get like, or on the stream, we can just get here's a magical box of stuff. I'm gonna send out what's not in here and then send that out to you guys tomorrow.
Okay.
Or I guess I'll send it with the wiring, so it'll probably be day after tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
Alex, for the most GI lighting box, can you move that as a TBD? Like that's a stretch goal. I'll install GI lighting if
Oh yeah,
if I
there it is,
can.
yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Cool.
Yeah,
If
because
If you
like
need
what
some
I
help
can
with
do-
that, Kyle, I can come down and do that.
Okay. Yeah,
'cause
I
what I can
imagine
do with that.
the next
ahead.
few weekends will be pretty hardcore working on stuff.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's the sort of thing where like what I did with Trogdor was that I have GIs that are like offset from a lot of shots, and so I can still do like reactions and like a little bit of interactivity that you would get normally from inserts with the GIs.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah, I mean,
but also it's nice to have it lit up a little bit depending on, you know, where you are in the show floor.
yep. I mean,
I mean,
and
the
I do
hardest thing about
have
putting the GI on is just the wiring, like running the wires for them. So I
Totally.
mean, like maybe we could just make a bunch of cables, and if we have to
I-
install GI, we get there. I mean, we could divide and conquer that super fast.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess I have the 3-pin like jumper cables. I have a bunch of those, but if we're gonna be using 4-pin lights, then those won't work.
Yeah, I mean, I have like that's the test for the wire stripping cutting machine. It was just like cut me a ton of these, like, 6-inch LED cables and some extra longer ones when we need a few,
Right.
But I think that we should put lights. Lights, Alex, if we know the addresses on that stuff, getting them in there is not hard, right? To add. Yeah. I think it's worth, because it makes it look.
The light concern is pretty much just wiring because it's a pain.
Yeah. Right.
So I don't know. Let's just get like 32 GIs, and so Aaron, you do have some spare wires for those.
Well, I'll just make them.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
Kyle,
Great.
does your rendering that you made for me have the GI spots on it?
It does. I can add a.
Can you make me a view that's just or
Yep.
just call those out?
Call that
Because
out.
I will say I've done plenty of light designs to realize I put a light in every wire pass-through hole and
That's fine.
Moogs, do you know which motor type you want to use for the truck?
We're probably gonna go with a servo.
Okay, and I think that might be a 71 board then.
It's a 71.
Okay.
Great. So I'm gonna add that to just the Aaron list here to send it
Yep.
off.
Cool.
Yeah, we talked about steppers or servos. We really want the truck to be standalone. So wherever we decide to put the truck, we just kind of bolt it on. So I'm gonna package the servo internally to the truck.
Good.
Cool.
That way we don't have to design any pass-throughs to the lower play field for a up-down post or anything like that.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
So in this Miro board, now Aaron sort of has two different shipments to make. So I've just they're kind of obviously grouped, but I just labeled it just to be clear.
Okay.
I don't know. There's probably more stuff for playfield, but this is what I had thought of previously. And then, there's just a bunch of sort of MPF rules and questions on just what is the minimum target here? Probably, I've probably already gone too far with it. I know we don't need tilt mode there. Probably not going to do any skill shot for now either. I don't need that either. Okay. So what I've got is a 3-ball game, 4 players supported is fine. We can have an attract mode with a carousel. There'll be some assets. I need to get specifics to Ernie. We can do things like have a reset on the long press of start or some combination, whatever. Just, somebody starts a bunch of games, walks away or something. We can do a basic ball save just so it's a little bit more interesting. If you suck at playing or you just get bad luck, you don't just immediately get out.
Or if it's a Kyle Smet game.
Lots of reasons. I've got a base mode already. There's an info widget with the score and the player number, whatever. There's some assets that I can ask also for Ernie there. And then we talked sort of as a higher level, what would be nice is things just have everything score something, have some basic sounds so I can get that together. I've already got high score mode, I think, built in. So just, again, assets to Ernie. Then I have using GI as inserts temporarily. So we can plan for having some GI, and if it's not in there, it's fine. It's easy to turn them off. And then I think stretch goal for me is sort of we could have shots or sets or whatever that can give you grains and give you a little bit more than just scoring as something to build up. I think it's easy enough to code in multi-ball that we should have something so that you can get a multi-ball, because that's also a useful thing to test, just to see, when everything's going crazy, oh wow, there's stuck balls that bounce up over here, whatever you find out.
We want a multi-ball.
We've all done this. Service mode I listed. I don't think we really need a service mode, because we're just gonna go hack the code anyway.
Yep.
Right. It might just work anyway, but if we don't need service mode, then we don't need service mode buttons.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that for this.
Yep. And then background music, I have a couple tracks in there. Again, this can be sort of I keep saying thing for Ernie, but really it's like thing for me to define and tell you, Ernie, what the things are that I need. So this is not the list that I'm asking for. I will give you more later.
Sounds good.
Probably in the next couple days, yeah. But I don't know if there was any other rules, things, MPF stuff. Like we talked, I guess on the left there was sort of an out column, and so I mentioned like ball locking is out. Having the game start from like powered off to it's on and it's running, it's nice, but like we're probably gonna have more debugging to do than that. So I don't think we need game auto starts like an arcade machine. I also don't remember how I configured it on Trogdor, so getting it back to working is going to be annoying. You know, I don't think we're going to have any like brewing mechanics or any missions. Probably not call outs, just because we don't have things to call out about. Much less recordings yet, you know, and that means also no wizard progression, no video mode, no bonus mode, and no inserts.
Yeah.
No tilt. And yeah, I'll decide whether it's gonna be like I think the long run we're gonna be running in Linux, but it might be easier for the initial config just to be Windows. So TBD there, based on my setup in the next 2 days.
Perfect.
And yeah, those are all the things that I could think of when I was just jamming on this at like 2 a.m. a week ago. So I'm sure there's things that I'm missing.
Hell yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Anything anyone else is thinking of that we're missing?
Yeah, Kyle, I gotta bounce. It's past my bedtime, but I will coordinate the banner. And for our Patreon members, we owe you one newsletter. The reason we don't have a newsletter is because of this guy right here. So I apologize to you. I'm gonna get that out this week, and we're gonna coordinate our next Speakeasy adventure, and we'll get some stickers, koozies, and swag for you guys. If we hopefully pass out a TPF, we don't see you, we'll get those in the mail for you. That's all I got. We'll see you guys next time. I'm gonna bounce.
All right,
See you.
Kyle.
Have a good night.
Hey, sweet
So
prince.
love you guys. All right, bye.
Love you too.
Okay. I did add another section as far as like kind of extras and administrative things of that nature we need to think about for TPF. I've got the camera and camera gear stuff covered. I also ordered some logo stickers as well. T-shirts I'll put a question mark on that, on whether we want to do t-shirts. Might be a little bit late to do a fast order merch, but could be doable. Newsletter, Kyle said he's gonna own that. But that's not really TPF related, that's more so Patreon related. What else do you guys think we need as far as TPF is concerned? Like, do we need to call out any specific tools? Anything of that nature?
I plan on bringing a bunch of tools.
Yeah, I always
Anyway.
bring a full gearbox with me as well.
Okay.
Who all is driving there versus flying?
I'm driving.
I'm
Ernie's
driving.
driving.
I'm
Aaron,
flying.
are you driving?
Aaron's flying.
Okay. That's good. That's a distance. Okay.
Oh,
But yeah,
this
I mean,
one's
it sounds like you guys have. Are any of you guys bringing other games?
I'm bringing Turbo Time.
Okay.
I'm bringing 6. Not really. I'm bringing Monsters Inc., Spaceballs, and maybe one other game.
I might bring the portable one. I'm trying to get that one all wired up. I dug it out, but if I do, I just bring that on the plane.
Is that BMO or something else?
No, it's an Aztec that like folds up in a cube. Like it's. Have you seen that? I took it to shows at one point, but yeah, we designed it to like fit inside your standard like box that like fits all the luggage parameters and stuff. So every time I go to a show, somebody comes up and goes, "Hey, where's your portable game?" I'm like, I borrowed all the parts off of it at different times, so just gonna try and get that all put back together. It's so cool.
is so cool.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Is there anyone who wants to like think about or own merch? Is that something we want to have at TPF? Is it something we can skip for now?
If we've got logos, the guys that printed my playfield print a bunch of merch for us now. So as long as we've got a logo, their turnaround time is small enough we could technically do it.
Like, do we want team shirts or do we want shirts to sell? I'm fine if we do just like team whatever.
I think that if we had like maybe a few extras to give away to like some, if we come across paths of like one of the Patreon members or something like that, or somebody that's like super excited, like, but I think that getting enough shirts and size variety to warrant selling them is probably too big of an ask for this time frame that we have.
It would be cool for each of us to have a shirt for at least one day.
Agreed.
Just
What do you
to show
feel?
who's-
How do you feel about like the PinForge logo on like over the heart, and then on the back could be the Bootleggers logo?
Yeah.
and a picture of Aaron's face on the arm.
No, that's a
If you send me
tattoo.
those,
I wouldn't wear that shirt.
We're all getting Aaron face tattoos.
With just a circle with like glasses.
Yep.
Cool. Jeff, I can work with you on sending the high-res logo for PinForge and for Bootleggers. And then maybe we do, I don't know, like 5 of each shirt size or something like that. I don't know. Quantities we can figure out offline. Cool. All
I
right.
have a scheduling question, which is that the show is the 20th to the 22nd. So, do we anticipate that we want to do a stream Monday, the day after the show, or is people going to be in transit? We're going to be dead.
Nope. We'll skip that one.
Take that day off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could all use a little break here and there.
I'm asking because my work is trying to coordinate something on a Monday, and I can guide them to that Monday.
Gotcha. There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, let me switch back to the team view here. And get Alex's face off the big screen. There we go. Okay. We are just right about at time, overtime. I think that was a really productive session talking through plans for TPF. Nick, Jeff, I'll coordinate with you guys as far as days that I plan to do assembly. Clear coat is happening this week, so once I get it baked, I'm hoping I'll start assembly maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday, somewhere around there. And then we only got another like week until it gets loaded up into Nick's truck the following Monday, so
Yeah.
lots to
What
do,
date-
so little time.
So you're planning on loading on Monday, which means the 16th?
That's correct.
Yep.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so I
Cool.
think Nick is planning to come up to my place on that Monday for the stream. Maybe we do like some final assembly if we're still doing it, or flip it if possible on stream,
Yeah.
and then get it loaded up.
Yeah, do you have any code changes that you've been running with right now? Or I guess you probably haven't been flipping because it's been disassembling and stuff.
I haven't really messed with anything. The only changes that might not have pushed yet are the addresses for the upper left flipper and the kickback, I think.
Yeah,
So
that's
I'll-
easy enough. If it's just like addressing stuff, that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
that's all I've messed with changing is just addressing. I repinned everything in accordance with the fast wiring guidelines for lower third.
Awesome.
But if it would help, I can at least push those to GitHub, and you can decide what you want to take from that and merge, or
Yeah.
just a good way to transfer notes over.
Yeah, just anytime you've got changes, just push them up and we'll figure out how to bring it in.
Okay. Cool. All right. Anything else round table you guys want to talk about before we hop off?
I'm just
I
excited
think-
to see everybody.
Yeah. I was gonna
It's
say, if you
like
come to TPF and you're not like somebody we normally talk to, come and say hi.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, almost all of us will be at TPF, including, I believe, Eric, who did and is doing the artwork. I believe is planning on stopping by for a day or two. I don't know his schedule yet, but
I think he's supposed to come Saturday.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that's right.
Yeah, so a lot of the crew will be there. We'll be in the homebrew area, probably somewhere around the fast area or with our own booth or something. We'll figure that out. But stop on by, say hello, give the game a flip. We'll have it flipping. Come test the different spinner locations. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. Try to get the ball stuck. Try to break whatever you want to try to break. Maybe my 3D
Or
printed
just
ramps.
play it. Like, you don't need to break stuff. Like, just enjoy it.
Maybe I should add to the list printing some backup ramps in case someone decides to shatter the Pet G.
Always good to have backups. So
Bring-
many
Bring
parts.
CA glue.
Okay. CA glue and backup ramps.
And Moog has spoken.
The great and powerful Moog has spoken.
Hey, CA glue is stronger than the plastic.
Is it CA glue or is it CYA glue?
Okay, I
Works
added
both
that as a
ways, right?
to-do for myself. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, we're full steam ahead right now. We've got like T-minus 18 days until I fly out for TPF, which means I have approximately like a week and a half to get the playfield clear-coated, baked, assembled, wired, and ready for Moogly Moog. And Aaron is rockabying a box of fastboards.
We love it.
I mean, you
Aw.
don't need code.
Look at that. I got a spat one too, but his doesn't have as much in it.
Okay, I have two full weeks from today. 2 full weeks. But still, I'm working like I got a week and a half.
And you know we're gonna do way more than any of us intend to on the show floor, and it's gonna be fun.
Drink?
Speakeasy time.
You see, here's the thing. There's the magical thing about the homebrew section of the show. I don't know if you guys have had the same experience, but if I walk around like this with my hand out, a drink goes in my hand. Like it's incredible. Like I hope you all get to have that same experience.
Not last year, the year before, that was 100% it. Because every time you're like this, I'm like, here you go.
I went up to the room at one point to like take a break, and I'm like fell asleep. Like I was inebriated. It's for sure.
He came back a few hours later, re-energized, holding
There
his
you
hand out.
Solid. Gotta love it.
Can't wait. This is so exciting. I love getting together with everybody. It recharges my batteries. Like this is what it's all about. Like I'm so stoked.
Yeah, like I wasn't planning on going to TPF, but I felt enough peer pressure from my buddies who were all going to be there. I'm like, you know what? Bootleggers is going. I should find a way to go. And then I just went overboard and ended up buying like first class tickets. And, you know, why not travel in style?
Where's my peer pressure?
That was
I
last
can only
stream.
I can only do one voodoo doll at a time, but it's like the opposite of voodoo. It's like the optimism doll. Like, and I can only do one at a time. I'll work on you now. And
Alex,
we'll get you there.
I thought you were coming.
I don't have any tickets or anything yet, but I've been looking here and there.
Yeah, I
So-
think
was I.
in 2 days, you're gonna message us and say, "I got tickets."
That's
I mean,
what
it
happened
might
with me.
It might be less time than that.
For ticket prices, it should be less time than that.
Yeah, it should be less price for sure, or less days than that for sure.
Yeah. No, I did miss the window where it dropped $100 from and then has bounced back up to the same. So let's bounce one more time. Come on, and not the wrong
Come
way.
on. You only live once. Like, come
No,
on.
yeah, it's fine.
Right.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
I don't think if I go, it's not going to be the whole time, but it might be like a day and a half.
that'd be awesome.
Cool.
Would be cool to have.
That's better than no time at all.
True, it's true.
Would be cool to have you there. I know. It's gonna be my first TPF. I'm looking forward to it.
It's a fun show.
Heck yeah. Cool.
Frogdorf Pinball Festival. What?
Nope, that's not what TPF stands for.
Not at all.
Unless you have
I
your
bought a
very
ticket
own
to the
TPF.
Trogdor Pinball Festival.
You show up just like dressed like Strong Bed.
Ah.
Why not?
But I was always dressed like Strong Dad. How do I type with these gloves?
Right. All right. So, like I said, we're full steam ahead. This is an open source pinball machine designed by the community for the community. We are PinForge. Our first game is Bootleggers. If you've missed all of that, if you want more information about what we're doing, you can go to pinforgepinball.com. Aaron is spinning something with a motor, and I am distracted like a cat.
Sorry, I thought that
Anywho.
was outside of frame.
Yeah, so if you want to support the cause, support the initiative, we are all volunteering our time. We are doing this with our own money, our own time. It's like a second job or a third job for some of us, or even a fourth job. But we're doing this for the community. There is no requirement for you to support us, but if you feel like supporting us, like, comment, subscribe on our videos on socials. If you feel like supporting us financially, we do have a Patreon with some awesome perks. You can go to our Patreon, find the links to that in our YouTube bio page, or like the homepage to our channel in the description. Or you can support us financially with PayPal. Links are also in YouTube channel description. For those, it is not a requirement for you to financially support us, but we sure do appreciate it. We sure do appreciate it, especially those of you who have already helped support the cause. Really, really appreciate your support. That helps us create better streams, create more content, fund the project, buy parts so that we're not paying for it out of our own pockets. But we're just happy to have you here anyways. Come to our Discord, be part of the conversation, be part of the build, like, comment, subscribe. We are PinForge. When we build together, we forge what's next. Thank you and good night.